Hi, I'm Tracey Wynter, and what I really want to talk to you today is about self-love. Now, self-love is a term that's kind of thrown around a lot these days. You know, you need to love yourself before you can love anyone else. And that is definitely true, but self-love is just so much more than that. It actually underpins every area of our life. Yeah, it affects our relationships greatly, but it also affects our money situations, our work situations, our business, our health. It is so much more than just the terms that are thrown around today. Another one I just came across last night was people talking about how you love yourself, how you love your body. Do you think you're too fat? Do you think you're too thin? Are you beautiful enough? Are you handsome enough? And self-love is all about that, but that's only just a small aspect of it. I kind of like to think of those things in regards to your body and how you think about yourself as self-esteem. It's really about how much confidence you have within yourself. And there's another aspect of self-love that isn't really talked about a lot, and that is self-worth. And self-worth is really about how much do you believe you're worth? How much money are you allowing to come to you? How much love do you think you're worth? How much is coming into your life? How many opportunities, how much happiness is coming to you? That's all intertwined with our self-worth. So when we have a look at self-worth and self-esteem, combine those together, and that's what I believe gives us a great deal and a great sense of self-love. Because you can actually, I found with myself, back in the day I had a bit of high self-esteem, I was confident, I could go out and I used to talk to thousands of people at a time, yet other areas of my life I wasn't letting any love in. I was choosing all jobs and opportunities with low money, so my self-worth was way below my self-esteem. So my whole level of self-love was just kind of off balance, really. So we need to look at those two areas to have a healthy self-love happen. Now, if we have self-love on one end of the scale, on the other end of the scale we've got a bit of self-loathing. Now, we all have this inside of ourselves. If we didn't have it in, everything would be happy and grand all the time. So there's this little part of us that doesn't like ourselves so much. And when that's up a little bit higher than our self-love, what tends to happen is we tend to start sabotaging all areas of our life. We don't let ourselves experience the love that we want. We create conflict in our relationships. We remain alone all the time. We have money problems. We allow people into our lives that cause us a little bit of grief. So the trick is, what we really need to do is to kind of balance out those scales of self-love and self-loathing, and even bring the self-love a little bit higher. And the way we tend to do that, there's kind of two parts to that. And one part of it is, we actually don't want to discourage that self-loathing part. We don't want to shove it into the background and say all positive affirmations over the top of it. Because there's a little trick here that not a lot of many people know, that there's that little part of us, that little part of our little self-loathing that just wants to be heard. It just wants to have a voice. And if we can allow it to just have its little rant and rave every now and again and say, okay, that's all right, I understand that you feel that way, then that part doesn't feel like it's being squashed or suppressed. Because when it is squashed and suppressed, it has to find a voice somehow, and it's going to come out in all other areas of your life that will create yucky situations, and we don't want that. So we let that have a voice. But at the same time, there's so many things that we can do in our daily life that can help bring up that level of self-worth, self-esteem, self-love. And I'm actually going to share one of the little tips with you today. There are so many, I wish I could share them all with you now, but we'd be here for hours. One of the things I'd really love you to do, and this is more about self-worth, is I want you to drop the shoulds in your life. You know how we're always thinking, oh, I should do this, I should eat healthier, I should exercise, I should speak to that person a little bit better, I should do this, I should do that. Drop the shoulds. Instead of saying all those things, I really want you to ask yourself, do I want to? And you're going to have your answer there, because if you're doing things that you should be doing, it's not really coming from here, it's not coming from a place of love for yourself. To cultivate that sense of self-love within yourself, you should be doing the things that only make you happy. So it's saying no to the things you don't want to do or that you should do, and doing the things that ultimately are going to make you happier. And if you can do that on a daily basis, it can be hard, but if you can do that more continuously, then that level of self-worth and self-love is going to grow. So if you're really interested in cultivating more of this self-love inside yourself, want to learn more ways of doing that, more ways of giving this other part a little bit of a voice so you can bring in more happiness and joy and love into your life, then why don't you have a little look at theawarenessinstitute.com.au and have a little look at the self-love courses that I'm running there, and I really hope to see you soon so you can cultivate that self-love within you.